Chris here and welcome back to another video. So today we're back here for another apartment speed build, and today we're going to go ahead and build this modern luxury apartment. So if you'd like to go ahead and download this for yourself, it is up on the gallery now. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1, and of course there will be a link in the description as well to the online gallery to download the build that way. So I don't do apartment builds that often. I did do one a few weeks ago, which was the first one in a very long time actually, and here we are with another one today. I don't know why all of a sudden I've got back into apartment builds, but as you do know, I do really love modern furnishing, and I was in the mood to build something modern, but as you know, I don't really like building modern exteriors though, so I thought an apartment would be a good way to get around that, so that's what we're doing today. So this home is built on 930 Medina Studios, I think it is. The actual address is in the top left hand corner, but it's just too small to see on my screen as I'm doing this voiceover, but I'm pretty sure it is 930, and that's in the Arts Quarter, I think it is. I'm not too sure if I have done an apartment renovation before this one, because as you know, I don't know if it was exactly when City Living came out, but probably around then, I did do a lot of apartment renovations, and I didn't kind of name them sort of like I did today, like modern luxury apartment renovation. I would just name it the address and then call it apartment renovation, if that makes sense. So I'm not too sure. I should have probably looked back at my channel to see if I've done this before 930, but it doesn't really matter if I've done it before. This is a different theme today. So this one, it doesn't have like a lot of personalization to it, but some of the bedrooms do have some slight sort of characteristics about them. So there are 3 bedrooms in total and 2 bathrooms. One is the master room, and then there's actually a twin room, and there's also another double bedroom, which I'd imagine be for a teen girl, but we'll get onto those when we get onto them. But the twin room is pretty interesting, I think, but you know, we'll get onto that later on. But I did use a lot of packs today. I'm not going to list them off because it is quite a lot, but just once in a while I do like to just not really think about the packs I'm using and just build what I feel like doing. Because as you know, most of the time I do like to think about the packs I'm using and try to restrict them where I can to make it a little bit easier on the pack list and for you to download. But today, since I do that quite a lot, I thought I'll just do what I want. And I did use Moschino stuff, as one of you've just seen there, with the sofas. I do really love that pack actually when it comes to modern furnishing. I don't use it in all the modern builds, but it does have a nice kind of stylish aspect to it, which fit nicely with today's theme, which I was going for as well. So you can see for the colour scheme today I went for just monochrome really, black and white for the most part, but then I did go ahead and use some orange as like a pop-out colour, so you would have saw that with that tree from Seasons in the living room, and then I also used it around in other areas of the home as well. So I thought it was just a bit different. I do always use red sometimes as a pop-out colour. I've done green before, blue, so I just thought orange would be something a bit different as the standout colour, so that's what I did today. And you can actually see that front door was really irritating me in this build because it's a very modern build and then you can't change the front door, which is a little bit frustrating. That's one of the things about apartments that I don't like too much, is that you can't change the windows. I think there's a couple of them you can, like have balconies, maybe you can, I'm not too sure. In penthouses you can, of course, but it's a little bit frustrating that we can't adjust those little things, because it would make things a little bit better with what you're going for in terms of the theme. So I wouldn't have chosen that door if it was going to be a modern theme, but that's just what I've got to use, so you know, it's fine though, it's only a door really at the end of the day. So I hope we do get some more apartments though, because I've heard this a lot of, in lots of people's videos who do apartment renovations that I've seen, is that they always say, and I say it as well, that it would be really nice to have another world which has apartments in it, because San Myshuno with City Living is the only place that you can use apartments in The Sims 4, and it's a bit of a shame really, because it is a nice style of living in a way, and it's a bit different than normal residential lots. It fits with a lot of different play styles and backstories you may have to live in an apartment, so to have that in another world would be great, or even, I doubt it, but to be able to build your own. I don't think that would happen, but you know, that might be a nice idea as well one day. Not too sure about that though. Anyway, so like I said, I didn't really use any pack restriction today, and also just to kind of make things a little bit more interesting, I did use some pictures from the gallery. Now, I'm not going to go on about this too much because sometimes I have things that I say in like every video and it gets a little bit repetitive, but the thing about the gallery pictures, and I did get this question asked in my previous video, even though I do mention it in every video, is that those pictures are not CC. So if you see throughout the build, I did use in a few areas, I placed down a wall full of pictures, and I just got it from the gallery. And normally the user I use them from is MandyK77, so I go to her gallery, share some amazing ones that I always tend to use. And it's basically where they paint a picture from reference using the easel in game. They might use a CC object or something like that, and then actually get their sim to paint it, frame it, and then upload it to the gallery. But because it's been uploaded like that, it doesn't actually count as a CC item. So that's really great for adding more things into your game which look a little bit different, but you're not having to use CC, and it's base game as well. So that's why I've been using those a little bit more recently, because I always say that we do really need some new paintings in the game because I'm always using the same ones. I do get some comments as well every now and again that they can notice that, but you know, we've only got a certain amount, so gotta just use what we can. But the gallery idea is really great for making things a little bit different, especially if you do a lot of builds as well. So we're just working on the master room here. So this room is fairly big. It's got a, well, it kind of is. It's got walk-in wardrobes as well, as there was a little bit of extra space around that side there where the door is, and it has an ensuite bathroom. And I also went ahead and put a vanity table in from Vintage Glamour. Now, I don't usually use Vintage Glamour. I feel like it's one of those packs where it's like that one item which I would use, so I just tend to leave that pack out for builds. But I thought it kind of goes well with this theme, and also with that pack, they do have like some more traditional style items and also more modern ones like I did use there. So I did use that for a bit of a change today. And I think it looks kind of nice. So I did forget to put a dining table in. I did have the plan to do that, and then I kind of forgot, and I filled up that entryway as well. So that was the only space I could put it in, really. It's only a small table. There is bar stools and, you know, the living room area, and actually a bar as well. So there's lots of places to sit and stuff, but I thought having a dining table would be nice. And this is the ensuite bathroom. Both the bathrooms are the same in this home. Sometimes, very rarely, I do them different. I always like to keep the bathrooms in the same throughout all my homes. Well, in one particular home, I keep all the bathrooms the same, as you probably know by now. I'm not going to go into that too much again. And also, I just want to say a quick thank you for 13,000 subscribers. I didn't mention this the other day because it's kind of like it's not like a round number, if that makes sense, but it is still, you know, a milestone at the end of the day. So thank everybody for that support. I know recently with not been uploading as much, it's been nice to have people still stick around, so thank you so much for that. So this room right here is the teen girls room, and it doesn't have to be, that's just kind of what I thought of in my head. And although I did say I did do some slight personality to the other two bedrooms, they are kind of neutral and sort of grown up in a way. And I imagine that actually the kids that live here are all grown up, but they still live at home whilst at university. So, you know, as I'm using Discover University, that kind of what gave me the idea to kind of go with that sort of storyline with that pack, actually. So I did that today. Of course, it doesn't have to be for that. I just thought it'd be something that could work for this type of themed apartment, because it's kind of, you know, grown up looking, and, you know, still has a bit of colour with children's rooms, but slightly more grown up children going to university. So I did that, and I thought it was just an interesting storyline with it being in the city. It's kind of like a family apartment in a way as well, a bit more of a grown up one, but you know. And then we also have this study here as well. I know it's a little bit of a weird room for a study without window. It's kind of the only light, which I suppose isn't a very nice amount of light coming into a room where you're going to be working and reading, but it's the best I could do, and it doesn't really matter for Sims, they don't notice that. And I also really love that easel from Discover University. I don't use Discover University too much in my builds, but since I was today, I thought I'd go ahead and include that rather than the traditional base game style one. And then another ensuite, well, it's not an ensuite bathroom, it's just a small bathroom, and it's got everything you need in it though. You could probably fit in another bathroom where the study is actually, or you could, well, that'd be two bathrooms right next to each other, but maybe the study would be a good bathroom as well if you need an extra one. So this room right here is the twin room. Now again, I really love this. I'd imagine, well, they might not be twins, they might just be similar ages of siblings. But again, it has some slight personality to it, but also it's kind of grown up in a way as well. So I think that kind of goes well with that university storyline I was just mentioning. And yes, so I really hope you enjoyed. In the comment section down below, let me know about what you thought of this. If you have any more suggestions for other builds or anything else that you want to see on the channel next, that'd be really helpful to hear. You can go ahead and download this build from the gallery. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1. Leave a like, share and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!